The park finds itself on the northern neck of the Rappahannock River. The park allows for visitors to enjoy not only the tidal wetlands, but farmland and forest as well. The diverse habitats allows for the chance to see many different creatures. On this particular trip, we saw deer, groundhogs, rabbits, squirrels, blue-tailed lizards, osprey, and even eagles. Oh, and lots of fish. The park has around 28 campsites available, as well as a bunkhouse that can sleep 14. The Belle House, also called the Mansion, built in 1942, includes colonial reproductions. It sleeps 6. The Belle Guest House is on the Deep Creek Cove. It can sleep 8, but only accommodates 5. Both the houses are close and they are well suited for weddings and other events. I personally never stayed at either of the lodges, but they are on my bucket list. I would love to try them out. Our next stop is the Visitor Center and Boat Launch. The Visitor Center, when open, is used to provide general information to its guests, as well as houses certain events and programs. During the season, there are many ranger-led activities and self-guided adventures that you can find for your enjoyment. The area is obviously great for boating, and there is a motorboat launch that has picnic shelters, grills, and restrooms available. Oh, really?
Come on and on. Must be hiding under there.
Oyster whatevers. Put oysters in it for research purposes here at the park. Yeah, that's what. Maybe you didn't come to that either. I took the kids. Yeah. So here is one of the day use areas, or it's actually a part of the park as well. In the summertime, and I'm not quite sure if they're doing it this year. I'm not even sure if they did it last year, honestly. I have a feeling they did not. But we've been here in the past where they actually do live music. Here at the little community park, you can see there's quite a bit of area. They've got two covered picnic shelters. They have a little playground, and it's really nice. We were here, I think it was Father's Day weekend a couple years ago, and the live music was nice. You were able to kind of get your own little spot. You bring your own chairs, or you can snatch a picnic table, and yeah, you can just have a lot of fun. So it's a nice little area. They do have getting there. They do have, you can see here's that brackish Rappahannock water up ahead, which is gorgeous. But there's not really true swimming areas here at this park. Or, you know, obviously they don't have like guarded areas. But they do have a little bit of a beach access that you can kind of dip your feet in a little bit right over here, or play in the sand if you want to. Right here. This is tidal water, so there is a low tide and a high tide. And you can definitely smell the salt in the water, and it's windy today, if you haven't been able to tell that.
Come again, want me to look at the beach?
I agree.
Because some are like.
Here's the canoe kayak launch and the little fishing piers. This is a nice little wooded path for a short walk if you so choose as well. The Rappahannock is considered brackish water, so that means it is a mixture of fresh and salt water. You do need a valid Virginia saltwater fishing license to fish at the pier. At times, canoe rentals are available along with bike rentals. Contact the camp store to see if the service is available. If hiking is your thing, there are almost 10 miles of trails to check out. There's a boardwalk around Mulberry Creek that is an easy to transverse, and some of the trails are even graveled. They are a great way to see birds and other critters. All right, so now that we're home, what are your thoughts about Belle State Park?
It's a really good state park. It's got nice bike trails. And the fishing was excellent this time.
Yeah, you guys had a lot of luck.
We did have a lot of luck. It's a quiet campground. The campsites, some of them are very large.
Mm-hmm.
And the one we had was super nice. We keep the dog kind of isolated.
Yep.
Which keeps you from going nuts.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it's a very nice park.
Yeah, I think we had probably the biggest campsite.
Probably.
Besides the pull-throughs, but you don't get as much privacy, I don't think.
So. I think the one we had was probably the best overall. But most of the campsites, one that are back in like that, are pretty decent throughout throughout the state park system.
Yeah, typically. Depends on where you are. And I was impressed of the work they've done on those hiking trails, because I know when we went a couple of years ago, they weren't that. I mean,
right.
They were good, but they definitely have done some work on them. I don't know if last year gave them a great opportunity to work on trails or not, but
probably. But who knows? But yeah, they're great for biking, walking, whatever. I mean, they're shady and mostly level for kids, and it's great.
Yeah, actually, you didn't have to do any leveling in our site, did you?
Yeah, how about the trails though?
Oh! But our campsite though was pretty level,
That's right.
wasn't
The
it?
camp was level. It wasn't just backed in and set up.
Yeah, we've stayed at that site before, so so yeah, it's really good. And otherwise, yeah, the bathrooms were good. They were nice and clean. Showers, water pressures. I mean,
The water pressure's
usual.
not as good as it could be, but it was okay. It was fine.
Yeah.
It's still a good, nice, refreshing shower.
And sometimes it all depends on which shower stall you're getting too. The water's probably a softer water, so if you're not used to that, just know that.
And they do have full dishwashing and laundry facilities, so that's nice too.
Yeah. And
wish they had a fish cleaning station, but
yeah,
not many of the state parks do. So you just kind of gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, I think we have only been to one that did.
It's Kiptopee.
Yeah.
Most of them don't. And Kiptopee was converted, so that's part of the reason why.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I think we've always enjoyed our stays there. We've been going there ever since little one was like 2 months old. So
That was our first camping trip with the camper.
I thought
That's
it
the
was.
first place we went, yeah.
Yeah. So we've been going there. Yeah, that was our first camping trip.
So for 7 years.
And she was just 2 months old. She was a tiny little
Yep.
thing. And we stayed in that parking spot. I mean, not parking spot.
I don't know if it was
Site.
that one or another one, but it was close to
Yeah.
it.
But otherwise, we definitely enjoy it. We'll definitely go back throughout the years. I'm looking forward to them starting off their summer festivals again. I haven't seen any hints of it this year, but
Not just festivals, but just the activities in the parks are still on hold just because of COVID. So hopefully as COVID wanes and people get vaccinated and they start lifting a lot of those restrictions and we start having the kids involved in their park programs, because they really enjoy those. And it really adds to the overall
experience.
especially when you're on a long stay.
Yep. But overall, good park. We'll go back for sure. I definitely, like I mentioned, I want to try the lodges sometime. I think that would be really fun, especially hitting them, when it's a little bit cooler. So, and we're not doing as much camping per se, but I like to give those a whirl sometime, as I mentioned in the video. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and there'll be more to come regarding some meals that I've cooked at the state park at Belle Isle. And then we do have some upcoming trips planned for this summer too, so be on the lookout for a couple of new park reviews as well. So again, have a great one. Bye.